I'd like to welcome everybody to the February 2nd, 2023 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please.
Mr. Long.
Here.
Ms. Whitehouse. Ms. Greenwell.
Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements? Number 4, approval of the minutes of the meeting of January 26, 2023.
I'd like to recommend the approval of the minutes for January 26, 2023.
And I'll concur. Number 5, bid openings. I don't see any. Number 6, matters from other department heads or their representatives. Moving on to correspondence. Letter A, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting advertising dates of February 9th, 2023 and February 16th, 2023 with a bid opening of March 9th, 2023 for the 177th Street and 179th Street paving project submitted for approval.
Good morning to the board.
Good morning.
So this is a 50-50 community crossings matching grant project. It is the road that extends south of the Borman Expressway from Buffalo Wild Wings essentially to Klein Avenue. We're going to rebuild the section that's in front of Oxbow Park, north of Oxbow Park, and then we're going to resurface from that point to Klein Avenue, and we've had a lot of complaints about that. So we received a grant from the state to do this. The critical point is that we must have contracts in hand by April the 6th to show INDOT that we're under contract. And so we're trying to meet that schedule, and so that's why this is here before you today. I'd ask for your approval of the advertising and bid opening dates, please.
Okay, I recommend the approval of the advertising and bid opening dates as submitted by Mr. Button.
And I will concur.
Thank you.
Letter B, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting advertising dates of February 9th, 2023 and February 16th, 2023 with a bid opening of March 2nd, 2023 for the Hammond State Line Closure Project submitted for approval.
So you might recall that we've closed Kenwood, Cleveland, Wildwood, and Detroit now about 14 months ago. And so this is to bid that project. So I'd ask for your approval of the advertising dates and the bid opening date, please.
I recommend the approval of the advertising dates and bid openings as submitted by Mr. Button.
And I will concur.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. Letter C, correspondence received from Assistant Chief of Police requesting approval for disciplinary action.
I recommend the approval from the Assistant Chief regarding disciplinary action.
And I will concur. Letter D, correspondence received requesting a rental registration hearing. Recommend that date.
Is somebody going to do anything?
No, just
okay.
that date.
I recommend that we move the hearing for the rental registration to February 16th of 2023.
And I will concur. Number 8, matters from board members. Do you have anything?
No.
Nope. Moving on to new business. Letter A, request for advertising dates of February 9th, 2023 and February 17th, 2023 with a bid opening of March 2nd, 2023 for the legal notice of sale of real estate for properties located at 7232 Grand Avenue and 7236 Grand Avenue submitted for approval.
Good morning, Mr. President and Board. The Law Department at times, or sometimes redevelopment, depending on who owns the property, gets inquiries regarding vacant land in the city. We received an inquiry regarding these 2 lots, which are actually very nice lots in the Hessville area. A builder asked if these were up for sale. We did some appraisals, and this is the public notice to make it available to anyone who would like to bid on these lots. So I'd request your approval as presented to you.
Okay, I recommend the approval for the legal notice and the advertising dates as presented.
And I will concur. Letter B, resolution of intergovernmental agreement with Hammond Department of Redevelopment for the transfer of properties located at 5641 Soul Avenue, 5643 Soul Avenue, and 5645 Soul Avenue submitted for approval.
Yes, so now and in the future, you're probably going to see several of these coming before the board. What this is that as part of Jeff Speck's plan regarding downtown, he also identified Jacob Square as an area that new residential could benefit downtown. I think we all agree with that. The mayor agrees with that. And what we're trying to do now, we've met internally on probably over the last year or so, and now we're getting to the point where the properties are being consolidated into new lots that will be offered for auction. Okay. And so, either that or through an RFP process, we're not sure yet. So what we're doing with this and several more that you'll see over the coming weeks is we're getting the property into redevelopment's name from the city. So most of these are city-acquired properties through tax deeds over the years, and we're getting them over into redevelopment's name so they can then do the process of making the property available. So I would request this resolution and intergovernmental agreement to be approved and signed as presented.
Yeah, I recommend that the resolution and intergovernment agreement with the Hammond Department of Redevelopment for the transfer of those properties listed be, I forgot what you said.
Approved, yeah, sure.
Approved.
Okay, and I will concur. Letter C, resolution and intergovernmental agreement with Hammond Department of Redevelopment for the transfer of property located at 58 Willow Court, submitted for approval.
It's a little different. This was a request by redevelopment. It allows redevelopment to basically own the entire strip from State and State where the old liquor store was. I don't know if we own that yet. Yep, thank you. And then all the way from there east, basically to the Strax. So this is the one property that's owned by the city. We're going to put it, we'd request the board to allow us to put that over in redevelopment's name.
Okay.
Recommend the resolution and intergovernmental agreement with the Hammond Department of Redevelopment be approved as presented.
And I will concur. Letter D, request for quotes for an audio-video upgrade project in City Hall Council Chambers, submitted for approval.
Mr. President and Board, this is simply an update for the board, and I guess I'd request the board to reaffirm the ability for the law department to help the IT department to go out to quote for the upgrade. That's the upgrade for these chambers, actually, that was part of the ARP 1.0 ordinance that went through the board, resolution that went through the board, or went through the council.
Gotcha.
Okay. I recommend the approval and to reaffirm the audiovisual project upgrade with IT and law working on this together.
Yeah, and our ability to go out to quote.
And to go out to quote.
Thank you.
And I will concur. Letter E, order to rescind and release order to demolish for 3924 Henry Avenue, submitted for approval.
Yeah, I'll let the inspector speak to this, but this has been this is, I believe, complete and really good work by the folks that rehabbed it. So we're happy to present it to the board for the order to rescind the demo.
Yes, all the finals have been called in and finalized, so we're good to remove this from the demo list.
Thank you. We love when this happens, right?
We love it.
Yeah.
Moving on. Okay. I recommend the approval of the order to rescind and release the order to demolish 3924 Henry Avenue.
And I will concur. Letter F, plat of vacation exhibit for Eggers/Elder Avenue, submitted for signature.
These streets probably don't sound too familiar to you, so I can tell you that they were never, I think they're basically, this is just off of New York Avenue, near where the 3 lots that were sold by redevelopment for residential development. It's just to the south of where the townhomes are on New York. And so there's a couple of streets in there that were never, I don't think you've ever had a call for Elder Avenue.
Not.
So, all right, so we would request, I think this is just notification by the city planning department that it's requesting your signatures so they can move forward.
So what do you need us to recommend?
I would ask that you approve it for signature.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'd like to approve the plat of vacation exhibit for Eggers and Alder Avenue for signature.
And I will concur. Letter G, right-of-way permits received from engineering, submitted for approval.
Good morning.
Morning, Mark.
There are 2 permits, one being NIPSCO, 9 poles for transferring some new equipment onto new poles throughout, mainly, I believe there's 8 alleys and 1 street, so maybe a lane restriction on a street or a very short duration.
Okay.
The other being 165th and where the train is going. They wanted to push it back to February 15th. It was approved already for, I believe, February 1st, so they're going to push it back 2 weeks.
Yeah, I see the request from starting February 15th and ending in sometime in May.
Correct.
Okay.
So I would recommend approval.
Okay.
I recommend the approval of the right-of-way permits as reported by engineering.
And I concur. Thank you, Mark. Number 10, old business, letter A, status 2314 Indianapolis Boulevard rehab agreement.
Good morning to the board again. The owner of 2314, Ms. Arena, is here. You may recall this was set for status.
Yes.
She has signed the rehab agreement. I've looked. She actually is ready. She has her bond that she's going to take down to Mr. Kearney and the folks at inspections, and it should be ready to begin your rehab, right? You want to start right away? So she's going to be applying for permits, so I just want to let Nick know that, and Chris know that, and Kelly know that. So if we could please have a rehab agreement.
So we need to approve the rehab agreement. Do we need to set a status date?
Correct. It'd be just before the 90 days. They usually have those for 90, so that'd be, so maybe, I think we have several set for April 27th or something.
You want to go with that one? April 27th?
Sure.
Okay.
I'd like to recommend the approval of the rehab agreement for 2314 Indianapolis Boulevard and also set it for status for April 27th of 2023.
Good. And I will concur.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you. Number 11, rental registration hearing, 6303 Madison. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So what we have on file, this is a property manager, Ms. Sears here to represent Region Investments Group LLC. They've owned the property since 2016. It's a single-family home, and they have registered on time in previous years. They missed 2022. So that's what we're here on today.
Okay. Good morning, ma'am. Could you just give us your name, please?
Ashley Sears Hoffman.
Can you explain what happened for this one?
I was doing rental registrations and it must have slipped through the cracks. I just forgot to fill it out. I'm really good about doing my rental registration, so I don't know what happened. I forgot. That's all I can.
Okay. The only thing I would say is what I say to everybody. We extend a one-time courtesy most times, so this is that courtesy, so just make sure in the future, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so we're just waiving the fees, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I recommend that we waive the rental fees for 6303 Madison.
And I will concur.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Nick. Number 12, meetings open to the public. Would anybody like to speak? Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. I want to do agreement to rehabilitate 4919 Pine Avenue.
Could you give us your name again?
Yomisha Mitchell,
And what was the address again?
4919 Pine Avenue.
Pine Avenue, okay?
I know that 4919 Pine was just bid out, I think. Who's got that, Rick? Is that you?
I think she is the new owner. She bought it on tax sale, or sheriff's sale, I believe.
Do you already have the deed and everything?
I had brought it up here. Showed it to him.
I believe Mr. Luder's ready to do the demo inspection. He's just got to schedule it.
Okay, do you have a rehab agreement yet? When did you gain ownership? When did you get your deed?
December, oh no, I got my deed. I just recorded in January.
Okay, so did you pay for the inspection or did the prior owner pay for the inspection? Prior owner paid for the inspection. Was you're in agreement with this? Did we check for Rich that Ms. Mitchell is the?
Yes, she is.
She is, okay. Yes. Okay, yeah, I don't have any problem going through this. I just want to make sure the dates are fair to you. Let's see here, we got 90 day. Commencing February 1st, complete by May 1st. So yeah, I would request that, this is one of the ones we were kind of waiting for to come in, but if the board is okay with putting it on the agenda and approving it, that'd be great, because we can get her moving.
We're okay with it. I think we want to get it moving, right?
Yeah, that would be a status for the April 27th date.
Same thing, April 27th? Okay, so we'll approve the rehab agreement, then, yeah.
Okay. I'd like to approve the rehab agreement for 4919 Pine Avenue and set it for status for April 27th of 2023.
And I will concur. Does she need this back, or not?
It's signed, we'll get her a copy. Linda will get her a copy.
I got a copy.
Okay,
You might want one that's signed by them, because then you can get your permits. Okay.
okay, and we concurred, so we're good. Thank you. Meeting's open to public. Would anybody else like to speak?
There's nobody pretending that they want to speak.
Nobody's portending, yeah. Yeah. Okay. You recommend it, yeah,
We recommend we don't
yeah,
adjourn.
yeah.
I'd like to recommend that the meeting be adjourned.
And I will concur. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.